I have been a Pokemon fan for the last 25 years of my life. Conversely, I've been a football fan for the last 25 years of my life. So it was only natural that eventually the two would cross over. And I do find it interesting because you think of the Pokemon world, it's vast now, as vast as the ocean. It's got like, what, 10 generations, but it's as deep as a shower in terms of you go to a town in Pokemon, hey, did you see the Pokemon fight? You go there, fight the gym leader, and there's not really much else to do there other than fight the gym leader. So we sit down and we think, what if instead they also enjoyed a little bit of football or soccer if you're that way inclined? And therefore we thought, let's put this into the world of the FMverse. Welcome to the Pokemon League in Football Manager. Now, how we've done this, I have gone from Generation 1 to Generation 6. I have only played as far as the Kalos games, so anything like Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, I've not played, so I've not included them. How we have done this is we've taken every city from the Kanto region and Johto region, for example. Now, let's say we go to Pewter City. Pewter City's gym is the Rock Gym. Therefore, Pewter City has every final line of the rock Pokemon in Kanto. Same can be said for Johto. For example, if you have Goldenrod City, which is a normal gym, then Goldenrod will have every final line of normal evolutions in Johto. Sometimes I have played around with the rules a little bit. Now, originally, this was going to be just the names itself, just the names of the teams and the kits, but I wanted to put the Pokemon in. How we've decided how the Pokemon will be created in the game. Let's take a Pokemon for example. We have to decide how they're going to fare as a player. So, what we have done, every single Pokemon in the game has a potential of 200. Every Pokemon here that you will see has the potential to become the best player in the entire world. But each Pokemon's current ability is as good as their best stat is in the game. So for example, if we have a Pokemon whose best stat is 125 in attack, then their current ability will be 125. How we have decided the positions of these Pokemon is quite simple, realistically. If a Pokemon's best stat is their HP, they will be assigned as a goalkeeper. If a Pokemon's best stat is their defense, obviously they'll be assigned a defender. If their best stat is either special attack or special defense, they will be a midfielder. If it's special defense, they'll be a defensive midfielder. If it's special attack, they'll be an attacking midfielder. If a Pokemon's best stat is attack, they'll be a striker. Now, speed is where it gets a little bit more tricky. So if a Pokemon's best attribute is their speed, they will be up or down the wing. Now, what we will base this on is their second best attribute. So for example, if a Pokemon's best attribute is their speed, and their second best attribute is their defense, then they will be a left back or right back. If their best stat is their speed, and their second best stat is their attack, you guessed it, then they will be a winger, an attacking winger. It's pretty simple to follow, quite hard to explain, maybe I'll explain it like an idiot, but that is pretty much the be all and end all of it. So join me as we go through not one, not two, but 6 different generations of Pokemon in Football Manager. Although we are taking it video by video, so welcome to the Kanto and Johto League. But in here we are, we have the teams ready to go. Now, something I did not realise until I made about 90% of the Pokemon League and other leagues that we will get into, is that the Japanese league doesn't actually let you see the home screen. For example, let's just click Azalea Town here. Now, at this point, you would be expecting to see the kits and everything about them. It just goes straight to the players. So had I known that, I wouldn't have really known. It's not the end of the world, it's just a little bit of a faff when we're introducing the teams. We're just going to have to do it as if we're a new manager looking for a team to take over. It might make it a little bit easier, all things considered. Anyway, first off, we have got Azalea Town, Johto's bug region. We're predicted to finish 8th place. We play at the Hive Stadium. Of course, we've got the green and black. I think that's meant to be representative of what Bugsy would wear. And the away kit, what on earth am I thinking with this away kit? It's pink and white. Is that a bug Pokemon that's pink and white? I don't remember. Let me know in the comments down below if you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's look at the players we have and the staff. Okay, they are led by George Ortega, an Argentinian manager. I was 90% sure I had Bugsy as the Azalea Town manager, but that's neither here nor there. Either way, I don't know why he's here. Welcome, George Ortega. He's come from Esperanza SC, and inexplicably he's now the Azalea Town manager. I don't know how that line of work happens for a manager of such a caliber, but that's neither here nor there. Least valued players to most valued players. Up front, we've got a rider. Just a quick FYI as well. Every single Pokemon is 18 years of age, and they play for Fuschia, the Pokémon region. I think we took over Guam to take over them. Not really much to say about Aridos. Great determination. That's the only really good thing he's got going for him at the moment. And he'll be joined by Yanma. Now, of course, speed being Yanma's biggest attribute, but I'm pretty sure his special attack was good as well, which makes him a decent central attacking midfielder. Not great, if I'm completely honest with you. I can't see Yanma setting the world alight at any given point. Ledian, defensive midfielder and midfielder as well. Again, nothing much to write home about. I think Azalea Town might potentially struggle this season, depending. Oh, the other teams could look like this for all we know. Oh, there's Bugsy. Oh, so Bugsy's just a midfielder for whatever reason. I'm positive we made them a manager. It's neither here nor there. We're actually the better player we have seen so far, which maybe that does make sense for a gym leader. Got Heracross here. Best striker we have seen so far, and he can only grow into the role as well. So that might be a good thing for Heracross. And Shuckle, I shit you not, is one of the best players, not only in the Pokemon League, but the game itself. It's obviously down to Shuckle's defense being absolutely fantastic. It's sort of a workaround. Look at these stats. He's an absolute top tier player. Valued at only 4.9 million. He's an absolute steal. In 6 years' time, there are going to be clubs lining up for Shuckle. There's a good chance that Shuckle could be World Defender of the Year. Madness. And we move over to Blackthorn City. Blackthorn City is a bit of a nothing city when you consider it. Playing in that dark blue, representing Claire. And again, what is going on with the away kit? It's orange. Oh, that's meant to be Dragonite, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's easy, Dragonite colour. Look at that orange and white. They play at the Rising Heights Arena, predicted to finish 5th. Let's have a look at their staff and team. Again, I was expecting to see Claire here as their manager, but instead we've got Yohi Sato, 34-year-old manager, making his managerial debut for Blackthorn City, so that's going to be exciting for them. There's not an awful lot of players, and we have technically broken our own rules, so what we were meant to do, of course, if it's a Johto team, then they can only have Johto Dragon type Pokemon. There's only Seadra, there's no others, so we've given them Dragonite and Dragonite. We weren't meant to give them Dratini, but what's the point with Dratini? If I'm honest with you, that's just a wasted player. Anyway, we got Dragonite up front. Again, not particularly good. These Pokemon really are leaving a lot to be desired. The one good thing they have probably got going for them is the fact that every single Pokemon has a potential of 200. So if they really work hard, they can probably make it. But so far, Dragonite is not setting the world alight. Got Kingdra straight down the spine, so I'm pretty sure its stats must have been pretty well even everywhere. But straight down the spine, can play defender, defensive midfielder, midfielder, attacking midfielder, and striker. Unfortunately, he's not particularly good at any of these things, so I'm not entirely sure if his career is going to set the world alight. And of course, we've got Dragonite up front. Oh, Dragonite is thankfully quite good. It is something you like to see. Really bad leadership though. Everything else pretty good. As a result, he's making a pretty hefty £7,000 a week from this. So that could possibly bankrupt Blackthorn City. We'll have to wait and see. But that's all the players Blackthorn City have so far. So we are really going to have to work hard on the transfer market. And we meet our first Kanto team. Got good old Celadon City, led by Erica. Predicted to finish 16th. We play in Celadon. Pretty much every team for Kanto will just represent their colour. The away kit, Vileplume inspired colour. We play at Rainbow Park, and this is what you like to see. We've actually got a gym leader being the manager. That's what it's meant to be that for every team we've seen so far, so I don't know why they left. But we got Erica, 19-year-old manager. She plays a tiki-taka brand of football. Not great so far, but she is the best manager we've seen of the lot. Her last name is Grass as well, because at this point I didn't realise you could have common names. That's neither here nor there. Let's look at the players. Starting us off, we've got Gloom in midfield. Gloom isn't particularly good, only 5'5", no strength whatsoever, no jumping reach. The only good attribute it's really got is its free kick taking, passing and technique. Everything else really leaves a lot to be desired. We got Venusaur. You'd think Venusaur would be good, but unfortunately he's not particularly good as well. He had even special defense and special attack. But unfortunately, it just wasn't that good, so he's not really translated to a good player. Really aggressive, though. I suppose it makes sense for Venusaur. We've got Victory Bell up front as well. Pretty better than the other players we've seen. Again, 5'5" for a vegan team. They're not particularly well statured, you've got to say. Pretty good dribbling, pretty good finishing. It could improve in the future, but I can't really see Victory Bell getting a big money move at any point. Got Parasect up front as well, so Victory Bell and Parasect up front. What a strange combination. But again, not particularly good. Good natural fitness, and again, 5'5". Seems to be the natural height for these Pokemon. Vileplume in midfield, pulling the strings, making the place a little bit stonky. Not particularly good. Stinky player, you've got to say. He has been doing quite well in the friendly, so 4 appearances, 2 goals and 3 assists. Be interesting to see how he gets on. Tangler in defence, also a very aggressive player. 6 foot. He's an absolute giant compared to his counterparts. He's not particularly good. I think we can say that about most Pokemon at this point, can't we? And in attacking midfield and midfield, we got Executor. Not bad, not bad. Good. Aggressive once again. 6'11". I must have done that myself because he's a fucking mountain. Jumping reach is 16. So what he lacks in his technicals, I think his height attributes is probably going to make up for that, to be completely honest with you. We've got Cerulean City, obviously playing in a cerulean colour. It looks as if the away kit is inspired by Misty's colour palette, I would possibly say. We play at the Cascade Arena, 3,000 capacity. They are predicted to finish 12th. We have got Misty, the manager, by far the best manager we have seen so far. She plays a tiki-taka brand of football. Now, as you can tell here, she is not 28 years old. We obviously can't have a 10-year-old manager in the game, or however old she is. So Misty is going to have to stay 28 for the next 18 years of her life before she can grow up. So that's a bit of a Peter Pan situation right there. Eternally young, I suppose. Let's look at the players she has. We start off with Poliwrath. Now, Poliwrath is an interesting one because his defense and attack are the exact same. So as a result, he can play in attack or defense pretty much as the stats would dictate. Unfortunately, where would you play him? Because he's not great. His dribbling leaves a lot to be desired, as does his tackling. His only good attribute, which is quite on brand for Poliwrath, is his aggression. Everything else, pretty poor, you've got to say. Golduck, cool, slick Golduck, can play attacking midfield or midfield. Not really good. He's got great flair. I suppose that makes sense for Golduck, but everything else, again, it seems to be the theme of this video so far, leaves an awful lot to be desired. Blastoise, I don't really know what's going on with the stats for Blastoise. He is a defensive midfielder who can play midfield, so already I've gone against my own rule there. He should be a natural midfielder, and I think that must be Misty, making him a left midfielder, for whatever strange reason. Can't exactly imagine Blastoise skimming down the bloody wing, can you? Suppose if he's spanning his shell he could. But either way, why would you make him? Because look, he's really bad. He's only 5'8". I feel Blastoise should be a lot higher. Great determination. That's the only good thing about him so far. We've got a Misty favourite. Starmie can go down left wing or the right wing. Not really that quick on both either, unfortunately. Again, leaving a lot to be decided with these Pokemon so far. At this point, I am pondering if Palkia will even qualify for the World Cup at this point, which you'd think it would be a given, but we'll have to see how they get on. We've got Tentacruel in midfield and defensive midfield. Pretty good all-rounder. These stats can only get better. Sorry, I'll start that again. These stats can only get better. Good physicals, pretty decent mentals, good positioning. At the moment, he is suffering from coronavirus. Can a Tentacruel get COVID? I guess it can. It's looking a little bit more like it here. We've got Gyarados up front now. He is Japanese as well, so was Heracross earlier. The reason being is because you can't have foreign players playing for Japan. You can only have a set amount. So a lot of these Pokemon I have had their second nationality be set to Japanese. What's probably happened here is he's been called up to the Japanese national squad. As soon as he makes an appearance, I'll use the in-game database editor to change him back to Pokean. So we're just going to have to cheat the system a little bit. Anyway, you can see why they would want him up front. He's a pretty good defender. All of this at 18 years old. His determination could probably do with a little bit of work. If he were a bit higher, these stats would be skyrocketing, I suspect. But still, not a bad player all in all. And this is quite a rarity. We've actually got our first goalkeeper in Vaporeon. Now, of course, the only way to be a goalkeeper if you're a Pokemon is if your HP is your highest stat. Now, thankfully, for Vaporeon, this is the exact situation. And he's a pretty good... He's not bad, to be fair. Pretty bad first touch, all things considered. I'm not really good at communicating. But bravery... Physical, the goalkeeping physicals aren't too bad. Good physicals there, bad stamina, but he's a goalkeeper, so we won't need him. So I would dare say there's definitely been worse goalkeepers we could see. It's nice to actually see a goalkeeper. Moving on. We've got Cianwood City next. We've got... What's this home kit inspired by? I think that's just Chuck's colour scheme. I don't know. I think that's meant to be the... Oh, yeah, there we go. So it's meant to be the beach with a little bit of water gone through. And then the away kit is the inverse of that, with the water and a little bit of the beach, I suppose. They play at Storm Pike. Only 1,000 people can fit there. Predicted to finish 6th, so that's not so bad. We have Chuck as their manager, 30 years of age. He's fucking awful. Holy hell. He's a really bad coach. Got a great level of discipline. Makes sense for him. Plays a controlled, possessive approach. But he's really bad on everything else. Luckily, he's also a player, and he's an incredible player to be fair. Holy fuck, look at this. Great physicals, bad jumping reach. I feel Karate Man would probably have better jumping reach. Great mental stats, great technicals. He is really good. A fantastic little defender. So where he is going to fail as a manager, he will make up for it for being an incredibly good defender. And let's look at the other players he's got alongside him. We're starting off with Ty Rogue, who is the literal definition of Jack of all trades, master of none. His stats are even all across the board, I think, because he can obviously manipulate him to be better at attacking or defending or whatever to make him a Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, whatever. Unfortunately, this does not translate to being a good player whatsoever. His only good attribute, really, at a push, is his passing. Everything else, awful. Just awful. But again, I digress. He can play in any position, and he still has a potential of 200. So potentially he could skyrocket. I don't think he will, but the opportunity's there. Got Hitmontop, who inexplicably is special defense is his highest stat, so he is a defensive midfielder. Not really that great, to be honest. There's no greens, and I immediately been a player off if there's no green in their stats. Hitmonchan, he's also his best thing's his special defense. You'd think it'd be his attack, would you not? Oh, maybe he hides behind his... I'm probably thinking of Hitmonlee. I suspect he's better at attacking. Anyway, no green stats, not worth mentioning. Oh, here we go. Yes, we got Hitmonlee up front. Not a bad little striker, to be honest. He's got good determination. That means these stats could probably go up. We could actually see Hitmonlee being a tiny little attacker in his time. Somehow he's a year older than all his counterparts so far. We got Cinnabar Island, whose kit seemed exactly the same. We got Cinnabar for their home kit, and their away kit. Oh, Arcanine inspired. Look at that. You've got the black and orange strips. We play at the volcano. Only 900 people can fit there, which is, you know, it's an active volcano, so probably understandable as to what. Led by Blaine, who's not a bad manager. Great knowledge, fantastic knowledge. 58. I feel he'd be older. He plays an aggressive Gian brand attacking football, so I'm a big fan of him already. Can he pull it off with the players he has at his disposal, though? We're starting off with Magmar. Magmar was one of my, not even my favourite Pokemon, just one of my favourite Pokemon moments. But I really did have a Mandela effect, because in the episode when Magmar is introduced, Blaine goes, I pick Magmar! And it plays that really cool, and it's fucking badass as fuck. For some reason, up until like a year ago, I truly believed the quote was, come out! Magmar! And it just seemed a lot cooler, and I rewatched it the other day and it wasn't that, and I was like, what the fuck? So it really pissed me off. But as a result, Magmar, he's just not good. His introduction has just been a Mandela effect that I had. Sorry, Magmar, you're not grand. We got Ninetales up next. What the fuck is up with Ninetales' stats? Like, it looks like this. What is going on? So, she can't play defensive midfield. Oh, I see. So has... Oh, right. So, I think what's happened here. Her special defense must be the same as her speed? I don't understand what I've done here. What were my own rules? I don't remember. I'll have to revisit it. There are definitely rules I've got in place here. If you know Ninetales' stats, you can probably make a bit more sense from this. Ah! I think if her... Yes, here we go. So if her speed is also their best stat, then... I don't fucking know. So we just edit this entire part out. It's been a fucking disaster, hasn't it? Jesus Christ. And all this, I've not even looked at her stats. She's shit anyway. We're wasting time on these players. Arcanine is next, and it hurts to say, but he's not particularly good. His flare's good. We've got to give him that. But as a striker, leaves an awful lot to be desired. Rapidash down the wing. Now, for a Pokemon that's meant to be so fast, the acceleration and agility leaves a lot to be desired. For a horse, doesn't jump high, only jump in reach of 1. These Pokemon have been a massive letdown so far, you've got to say. You got Charizard as well, attacking midfielder. He's training to be a winger for whatever reason, but a little bit more pushback. Not particularly great either. It's unfortunate because Blaine's a really good manager, but he does seem to be stuck with quite a heap of bad Pokemon here. We got Moltres here, and even a legendary Pokemon doesn't have any green stats. I feel I should have really boosted their stats. Maybe my method here is a little bit lacking, but I'm pretty sure we do all have 200 potential, and they're only 18, so I really do hope that we'll fly up from here. It's like raising an actual Pokemon from level 5, isn't it? And up front we got Flareon. Flareon is their best player. Great natural fitness, good little striker. Again, no greens with the exception of the natural fitness, so it leaves an awful lot to be said. I know we're saying that a lot in these videos, but it really does. We're a little bit let down by these Pokemon so far, you've got to say. We're after Ecruteak City next, ghostly little town. Obviously they've got, I think that's meant to be the Pokemon Tower, I want to say. Don't know what's going on for our wake here, we've got to say. We play in Fog Road, 1,500 capacity stadium. Again, meant to be led by Morty, it's not happening. Instead, led by Jungo Tanada, 34-year-old manager, making a managerial debut in this league. He's a happy little person, little jovial person. Doesn't like to allow creative freedom though, so I'm not sure that's correct. Now, the only ghost Pokemon that was introduced in Johto was Misdreavus, who is an absolute fucking cacophony of weird positions right here. You've got to say, I have no idea what's going on with this positioning. Unfortunately, not great whatsoever. Determination is the only good stat. I'm pretty sure I was thinking about giving them Gengar, Haunter, and the like, but we'll see a reason why I did not do that later on in the video. Alongside Misdreavus, we got Morty, the gym leader. He's decided to be a striker as opposed to a manager. Not bad. He's actually one of the better players we have seen so far, which also fits in with Chuck. So the gym leaders are night and day better than their Pokemon counterparts so far. After Fuschia City predicted to finish 13th, we play in the Fuchsia home kit. Of course, with Fuchsia City, you've got to have a poisonous purple away kit. It's only good. We play at the Soul Meadow, easily the biggest arena we've seen so far, 7,000 all-seater arena. Of course, led by Koga, who again is an awful manager. Just absolutely awful. Look at that, he's stealing a living. He's making 14 grand a week. And the reason behind this, of course, is that not only is he a good player, he's the best striker we've seen so far in this entire video. He is phenomenal. Easily going to be the top scorer of the league, I can only imagine. He is 38 years old, so these stats will probably drop down sooner rather than later. It's just a case, will he relinquish his role as the manager because he's that bad as a manager? Because if he does quit, he will be replaced by his daughter Janine, who isn't much better, to be completely honest with you. She's got better man management. I mean, her stats are quadruple what his are in coaching, even though they're only 10, so that just shows how bad Koga is. They've got a wealth of poison Pokemon to a name, starting off with Golbat, who can play on the wing, but is training to be a midfielder, so Koga's got a plan in mind already. Again, Golbat not particularly good. Venomoth, oh gosh, Venomoth is, what the fuck? Venomoth must be on death's door. He's out for 7 weeks with COVID. Venomoth. He can play pretty much anywhere in midfield, upwards with the exception of striker. Again, not particularly good, got great natural fitness though. What you want from a moth, really, isn't it? Got Arbok up front, not great either, unfortunately. 6 foot and 11 stone, 11 pounds. But again, leaving a lot to be decided with stats. We got Muck. Now, I think a team always does have a natural advantage when they have a Pokemon goalkeeper. Unfortunately, Muck does seem to fit that role. He does love to punch the ball, though. Can't really imagine a Muck punching anything. He's got great natural fitness for a Muck as well. Riddle me that. And in defense, we have Weezing. Again, not really that good, unfortunately. These Pokemon have been a massive letdown so far. It's good that they're stuck to their own league, because if I set them free, they're just going to falter in the lower leagues places. But I can't see them getting better. I can't see them taking over Japan at any given point. Got Goldenrod City. I clearly got a little bit uninspired when it came to their home and away kit. Their home kit, obviously golden with the white rod, I think that represents the Pokemon Tower. The away kit is just the complete inverse of that. We play at Plain Meadows 4,000-seater arena, led by Whitney, a little bit younger, the youngest manager we have seen so far, 20 years of age, not particularly good. She's got good determination, plays a tiki-taka brand of football. Now we start with probably the most uninspiring of the Johto Pokemon I can imagine, Smeargle. I would be amazed if there's a single person out there whose favourite Pokemon is Smeargle. No offence to him, he's just not good. He is quite a rare Pokemon to see a throwback, meaning his speed, I think, is his best attribute. Oh, that's how we work out what the wings are. So, if her speed is her best attribute, then they'll be on the wing, but it depends if he'll be defensive or attacking. So if her defense or special defense is their second highest attribute behind their speed, then they will be a wingback, and it looks like that is the case with Smeargle. Unfortunately, he's fucking shit, so that entire explanation was pointless. We got Stantler as well. Oh, I do like Stantler. Quite a undervalued Pokemon, I dare say. Unfortunately, as a striker, not undervalued at all. Pretty poor, you've got to say. And we got Porygon. Look out, children under 10 in the front arena. He will give you a seizure with his blinding determination. Everything else does leave a lot to be decided. I really hope Porygon goes well. Porygon got done dirty in the anime because it wasn't even his attack. It was Pikachu's attack. Porygon was just happened to be in the episode, and he's never been seen in Pokemon since. Give Porygon free Porygon. I was gonna say Palestine. Free Porygon. We have got the source of a lot of PTSD for a lot of Pokemon Gold and Silver players. We've got Miltank. Unfortunately, as a defender, Miltank is fucking useless. Look at these stats. They're awful. Just awful. It's making me quite sad. Got Azurine the Bear. He's a slightly better attacker than some that we've seen. We can only go up. What is a fantastic thing to see is his determination. I'm pretty sure if the determination is in the green, then we can see a lot more green stats in the future, I would like to say. And luckily, we've got one of the best goalkeepers in the game, Blissey. As soon as we knew that we were going to have any Pokemon with HP as their main stat become their goalkeepers, you just knew Blissey was going to be an unstoppable goalkeeper. Her HP is fucking ridiculous. As a result, as a goalkeeper, she is fucking ridiculous. Her mentals leave a lot to be desired, to be honest. But other than that, fantastic, just fantastic goalkeeping attributes. We got Mahogany Town as well. Playing a nice little mahogany brown there. The away kit is blue. Why is the away kit blue? Oh, because of ice, of course. I forgot about Mahogany Town. It's the ice place. They play at Glacier Park. I thought we'd be led by Bryce, or whatever his name is, but instead they're led by Kujiru Kaji, the 33-year-old manager making his managerial debut this season. Fairly professional. He doesn't like to go for high-profile signings, which is probably for the best given where he is. Don't have an awful lot to pick from, unfortunately. We've got Delibird. He's English, for whatever reason. That's a full part of my fault. That'll be edited and post, don't worry. He will go back to being Pokean. Can play down the wing. Again, why would you want to? He's not particularly good. We got Piloswine up front as well. Again, not really that good. We got Sneasel. Would you believe when I was like 11, Sneasel was my favourite Pokemon for about a week or so? Unfortunately, as a winger, not particularly good. We've got Olivine City. Now, of course, being a city so close to the sea, we have got a blue and yellow kit. The blue representing the sea. The yellow collar, that's meant to be the lighthouse. The away kit has got to be a steely grey, hasn't it? We play at Mineral Park. Now this is something you'd like to see. This hasn't even been intentional. We've got Jasmine, whose best coaching attribute is her defending. Everything else is pretty bad. And she plays a defensive brand of football. Now hopefully she does have good defensive players. I'm pretty sure we will see that because Steel Pokemon do tend to have really high defense. So let's hope that I'm proven right. It's a little bit better than what we'd see. We got Fortress here. Actually decent enough defending stats. Good determination, so they're only going to go high up. Great stamina for Cocoon. 6'4", 12 stone. Absolute war to get past. Oh my heavens, look at this. We've actually got a good striker. We got Skeezor. Clearly I've not made these Pokemon Pokean, so I will have to change that, but at least they can play. Really good defense, really good attacker. Really great. Bad jumping reach. But everything else, just fantastic to witness. We've got Skarmory as well. Not a bad defender all in all. Bad determination, so these stats will probably stay the same. But again, could be worse. We've seen so much worse so far today. Oh my god, look at this. We've got a good defender in Steelix. He's currently out for 12 days for pulled knee ligaments. So we're not going to see him make his debut in the next couple of days. But look at these stats. Absolutely fantastic. One of the hardest defenders to get past. Probably Pokémon Defender of the Year, I can imagine. Got Pewter City. Of course, we can only play in Pewter itself. The away kit inspired by Brock's ensemble. We play at Boulder Park. 1,200 people can sit there. Predicted to finish 15th, which isn't great. We've got Brock Hausen as their manager, 15 years old and managing a club. Not really a great feat. Unfortunately, he's a really bad manager. Now, of course, I think I've discovered a theme here, which I've really cocked up, because I've made any player manager a good player, but a bad manager by accident. I think I've just completely forgot to do the managerial tributes. Sorry, Brock. Is he any better as a player, though? Oh, he's not bad, actually. He's a good little defender. Look at this. Good acceleration, good agility, great tackling, great marking. He's a good defender, is what you like to see. As their player manager, he is looking forward to moving clubs, which probably isn't particularly good. He'll be moving, along with every other player we've seen so far, to Traverse Town. Spoiler alert on what's coming soon, I guess. Yeah, pretty good. Can't be too unhappy with that, can you? Now, it turns out I have broken my own rule early on. So when I started creating this Pokemon League idea, it was before I came up with, you know, we'll have each Pokemon's last line of evolution, so I don't have to make too many Pokemon. Originally, would you believe, I was going to make every Pokemon, but I decided not to quite quickly. I think it was Pewter City. So Pewter City are thankfully here. They have the benefit before I changed my mind. So we actually have the entire line. We've got Geodude here, who is a defender training to be a striker for whatever reason. Not a bad little defender. He's actually got some green in there, but he's not setting the world alight. Also, he's 14, so I don't know what I was thinking in the early days of creation there. Next to him, we've got Graveler, and apparently it looks like I've gone back to the 18-year-old Pokemon scheme from here. Bizarrely worse than Geodude, which is quite strange, but it's neither here nor there. I don't really know what's going on with Kabutops here. We've got Kabutops, who is a left wing back who's training to be a left back and also training to be a striker. You can clearly tell in the early stages of planning this, I didn't really know what I was doing. Pretty good stats all in all, though. Don't know if that's because I dropped another plan or anything of the sort. The final evolution line of the Geodude family, we have got Golem, midfielder slash attacker, defensive midfielder. Pretty good, actually really good, actually, you've got to say. Tackling great, passing great, first touch great. Bad determination and flair, you hate to see it. Bad strength too. Bad jump and reach. But then again, he is a rock. Aerodactyl on the left wing. Again, I'm breaking my own rule. He's meant to play on the right wing as well as a result. I think back then, when I started making these Pokemon, I think I tried making formations or making positions that would make sense for them. And I got stressed out, so I stopped. But either way, as a result, Aerodactyl is strictly a left midfielder. Pretty good all in all. I can only see his stats going up. And of course, we've got Onyx. Now, this is when it started to take a bit more formations. As you can see, he is a natural wingback. Really good as well. Absolutely fantastic, you could even say. It only makes sense for an Onyx, though, doesn't it? Next up, we've got Saffron City, predicted to finish second. So we'll be interested to see how they end up playing in a lovely Saffron yellow kit. Their away kit. What's going on there? Blue and pink. Is that Pokemon itself? Psychic Pokemon is blue and pink. I don't think there is. I don't know what's going on with that. Let me know in the comments below what Past Dan was possibly thinking making that of our away kit. Let's look at the players and manager. We got Sabrina, 30. I think it's fair to say she's 30 actually. Pretty good in the coaching situation. Good mentals, absolutely great. Good determination, good man management, great motivating. Plays a tiki-taka brand of football. Now, of course, she has got the benefit of having a legendary Pokemon in her mix. She's got a Mew. Now, famously, Mew is 100 across the board in every stat. As a result, his current ability is 100. He can play absolutely anywhere. Unfortunately, this is what 100 current ability gets you. It's not particularly good. I can only hope that he gets really good across the board, but I'm not seeing that happening anytime soon. Just up from there in midfield and defensive midfield, we've got the horrifying Mr. Mime. I hate Mr. Mime. Creepy ass motherfucker. I'm not even going to talk about him. But Kadabra, of course, I'm still thinking if we're giving them their final line. It's the final line for the Abra family if you have no friends, I suppose. Great determination, so I can only see these stats going up as well. Jinx, racially ambiguous Jinx. Poor Jinx got done dirty as well. Midfielder, attacking midfielder, training to be a striker. Great determination. She could actually end up being a really good player as a result. Oh, we got more COVID. COVID is taking over the Pokemon universe. Midfielder and defensive midfielder, not great. Look at these mentals, awful. For a psychic Pokemon, you think their mentals would be great, wouldn't you? But look at this, awful. Bad determination, bad flair, bad leadership, bad off the ball, bad positioning, bad teamwork, bad Pokemon. Got Alakazam. You would think Alakazam would be a little bit better. I thought his special attack was really good, but unfortunately it does leave an awful lot to be desired. Like, these stats might go up, but we're not tremendously sure. And of course, she has got the strongest Kanto Pokemon you can possibly get in Mewtwo. Quite good. I would hope a little bit more from Mewtwo, but I mean, of all the Pokemon we have seen so far, Mewtwo is standing out as one of the better attacking midfielders. We got Vermillion City, of course, playing in a Vermillion kit. The away kit is actually inspired by Lieutenant Surge's little army outfit. We play at the Thunderdome, 7,000 all-seater capacity arena. They are led none other by Lieutenant Surge, the only American that we're going to see in this league. Once again, his coaching attributes are absolutely fucking awful. Which can only mean one thing. He's a player, and a damn good player. Holy fuck, a really good player. He's 6'11", 15 stone. Great physicals, great mentals, great technicals. One of the best defenders we've seen in the league so far. I dare say he's probably going to get a call up to the US national team with these sort of stats. And without too many spoilers for what's in the FM verse to come, the US team have got a lot, and I mean a lot of the players. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's look at the players for Vermillion City. Down the wings, we've got an Electabuzz here. Not particularly great, but he'll probably get better. One of my favourite Pokemons, we've got Raichu. He can play anywhere in midfield or attack in midfield. What does that mean for his stats? I don't know. Not really that great, but again, great determination. I'm hoping to see these stats fly up. And Lieutenant Surge also finds himself in possession of one of the legendary Pokemon. We've got a Zapdos. Pretty good. Not great, not bad. No greens in there, which does upset me a little bit. But again, determination's pretty good, so we'll probably see that go up. Magneton in defense. In defense? No, he's not in defense. In midfield and attack in midfield. Not bad. Quite good all round, but again, no greens. Does upset me when we see no greens. Got Jolteon down on the attack here. Now, this is pretty good. These are good stats. Again, no greens, but they're flattered with greens. Oh, this is I went fucking all over the joint. What is going on here? We've got an Electrode who can play wing back, left back, right back, and then attacking left midfield and attacking central midfield, but not attack. What's going on here? I don't quite understand what's going on with Electrode. Again, stats are pretty good, all well-rounded, but nothing to really write home about. We got Violet City, of course, playing in the Violet kit. The away kit, I think that's meant to be Faulkner's colour palette, I'm pretty sure. We play at Sapphire Park. And once again, we're seeing a bad manager in Faulkner, which can only mean he is a player. He is slightly good at working with youngsters, and he has got good determination and a decent enough level of discipline, for 18 anyway. As a player, though, he's not bad himself. Plays down the wing, because he's a bad specialist. Get what I'm saying here? He's really short, 5'4", no strength, no jumping reach. He's not great, but he's not bad either, I would dare say. First Pokemon at his disposal is Satu, and Satu's not really that great. He's not bad by any means necessary in his positioning. Actually, no, he is bad. He's just bad. We got Murkrow, who's out with a Twisted Ankle. It's pretty a death sentence if you're bad, really. If definitely you're Krill. Not really that good either, unfortunately. Hood. We got Noctowl. Striker. Good determination. These stats could go up as a result, but as a striker, leaves a lot to be desired. We got Togetic, I can't really pronounce Togetic, in defensive midfield and midfield. Good determination again. These Pokemon are determined at the very least, so I'm thinking maybe in a few years' time, Violet City might be a little bit better. And then maybe under the radar for a Johto flying Pokemon, we've got Mantine. Yeah, there we go. Not really that great either, so let's not be too excited by him. I'm on the road to Viridian City. I'm on the road. We're predicted to finish 9th. Great, I thought Viridian City would be a lot better than that. Playing in Viridian, the away kit inspired by a Nidoking, of course. Playing at the Earth Stadium. Let's have a quick look at them. And of course, who else could their manager be other than Giovanni? Is he going to be like the mafia boss of the Japanese underground soccer ring bin? you have to ponder. He's got great motivating, great man management, great determination, pretty good knowledge as well. His coaching isn't really that bad either. Players he has at his disposal, he's got a Nidoqueen, not particularly good, but again, good determination. He could go up. She could make herself a good little striker. Alongside the Queen is her King and Nidoking. Again, not really that good. Bad determination, so I think Nidoqueen will probably be a lot better than him down the line. Landslash, not good. Good determination again. It does make me sad when where determination is their only good stat. We got Doug Trio as well. Pretty good down that wing as well. Good natural fitness. Decent enough determination. He's not the worst player we've seen. He's nowhere near the best player we've seen. Rhydon up front as well. There's definitely a lot of attacking prowess here for Giovanni. It does seem to be his bag. Pretty good as well. No greens in there, but that could change under circumstances. And then we have got Marowak in the holy fuck. Oh my god, did I forget to do Marowak or something? Marowak is by all... Is this the dead one? He is by far the worst player we've possibly seen. I'm going to have to see this in post, because I think I've made a mistake here. I think I may have left Marowak's current ability blank, because there is no way in hell that a Marowak can be this bad. Shit. Okay, I'm going to make a note to myself to keep that in mind. So this is the league. We kick off on the 3rd of March. Now, of course, we go alphabetically to make sure every team gets a home game. So it was meant to be Azalea Town. Not going to be the case because they're away to Violet City. So the first team that we'll be checking out live will be Blackthorn City against Goldenrod City. If there's any other teams that we look at and think, oh, that's a good matchup, we'll watch them live in the same episode. Otherwise, everyone still gets the highlights in the episode. But we are not done there, my friend, because I know exactly what you're thinking. Dan, how the hell... Where's Professor Oak? Where's Ash Ketchum? Where's Red? Where's Blue? Where's all the other famous Pokemon? You can't have the Kanto Pokemon League without Gengar, can you? And to that, I answer you. The Kanto Johto Junior Combination League. Now this is basically a team of Pokemon that you just can't leave them out. All the teams that you can't leave out. So we're not particularly places where you get your badge from, but it'll be your starting point. We'll go through it bit by bit and we'll explain it. First off, Cherrygrove City, the starting place for Pokemon Gold, Silver and Crystal. Predicted to finish 6th, of course, got the Cherry Tree White and Pink there. The away kit? Red. I don't quite know why red. We play at the Cherry Blossom Park 1,000-seater capacity stadium. They are led by Masayo Hirano, making their managerial debut, 31-year-old. Good at working with youngsters, so let's see what youngsters he will be working with. Now what we are starting with, Cherrygrove City, is basically the Johto water-type Pokemon that haven't been added from there. So we're starting off with Quagsire, not a particularly good goalkeeper in the slightest, unfortunately. A lot of fanfare for nothing. But an auxiliary, we've got a midfielder, attacking midfielder, and a striker. Unfortunately, not particularly good in any of these stats. Cherrygrove City is at least home to a legendary Pokemon. We've got Suicune, midfielder, defensive midfielder, and a defender. Pretty good in all of them. No greens though. Will it go up? Will it not? We'll have to wait and see. But Lantern, another goalkeeper. That's going to be a difficult situation for the manager there, isn't it? We've got two pretty decent goalkeepers. I would say he is better than Quagsire. And Lantern is actually one of my favourite Pokemon, so, I'm going to be biased there. And of course we've got Feraligatr. I've always found it interesting that the reason for Feraligatr's name is shortened is just because it couldn't fit in the amount of characters. And when they had the capabilities of changing it, we just decided to keep it. No, we'll still keep it Feraligatr. Unfortunately, Feraligatr is not good at all. Surely his attack is better than that in the games, but apparently not. We move over to Ember Island. Now, if you played Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green, you have all those different islands, don't you? So I think I've just basically said, let's build a settlement there, build a football team there, and that can be where all the Johto Fire Pokemon live. As a result, we play at Flaming Park, led by Hiroshi Mikuru, who's actually an actual person. They have been a player for Yamega, Sylvia, Antelope, before moving on to become an Antelope's manager, before moving to, I can only imagine, it's a very warm and very cozy Ember Island. We are home to a legendary Pokemon in Entei, 18-year-old, no, he's 19 for whatever reason, 19-year-old striker, not really that good either. These, tell you what, it's a good thing these Pokemon are all stuck in their own leagues, because I can't see them really setting the world alight in an actual competitive league against anyone else. We've got Magcargo. I don't care for Magcargo. Again, he's one of those Pokemon who think, who is Is anyone a big fan of Mike Cargo? Let me know. We've got Typhlosion. You remember those Pokemon leaks that came out a few years ago? I think Typhlosion's been ruined by them, haven't they? And Ember Island have not one but two legendary Pokemon. So you have a Ho-Oh as well. He's pretty good. Good determination. Again, these stats will probably go up. And he's already on the radar for the Japanese national team. So that's got to be worth something. We've got Gorgeous Island. If you couldn't tell by the home kit, then that is obviously a home to all of the Johto Psychic Pokemon that are currently unhoused. Don't know what the hell is going on with that away kit, truth be told. We play at Resort Gorgeous. It's going to be a lovely little island, no doubt. They're led by Kentaro Kanamori, making his managerial debut at the age of 31 this season. At his disposal, he has an unknown, pretty pointless Pokemon, all things considered. Not a bad midfielder. I think I'm just saying this isn't bad because we've seen a lot worse so far today. We've got Girafarig. You've got to love a Girafarig, haven't you? Attacking midfielder and a normal midfielder. Again, pretty bad across the board. We got Slowking. Slowking's actually pretty good on his acceleration. You think it'd be a lot worse. But again, no greens. You hate to see it. Espeon. I have made an actual choice to try and make sure that every evolution is in the game. So a little bit of a spoiler there. But of course, we've got Espeon here. Midfielder, attacking midfielder. Great flair. Bad determination. I'm hoping he does get better because Espeon is one of my favourite Pokemon. We've got another legendary. We've got Lugia. It blows my mind that Lugia isn't considered a water Pokemon. But again, he's really good. Maybe Stockholm Syndrome, but it's just so lovely to see some actual greens in the stats there. You love to see it. And we got, oh my god, Wobbuffet's really good. Holy shit. Wobbuffet, one of the better keepers we've seen in the game. It seems every goalkeeper we've seen so far, with the exception of Quagsire, has been at least really good. And again, you cannot have the Kanto League without Lavender Town, could you? It's just inexplicable. We'll of course play in Lavender, and away kit is the Black Void of the Unending Death. That will play this all. It will plague everyone you know. It will plague us, and that will be all we look forward to in life at some point. As a result, we play at the tower. 6,660 people can play there. And who else could lead them other than Agatha? She is by far the best manager we have seen so far. Creepy old motherfucker. She is going to be manager of the year, I guarantee. Oh yeah, there wasn't a particularly lot of ghost Pokemon for Kanto either. There's only really Ghastly, Haunter and Gengar, and I thought we need more for Agatha. So I have also given her the Dark Pokemon from Johto. We're a little bit of a cheat, but I make the rules, so whatever. Unfortunately, is it really worth it? Because he's not even that good. He's got great flair, and that's the only good thing to say about him. Who, of course, got Haunter in midfielder and attacking midfielder. Really aggressive and got great determination. I actually think Haunter is probably going to improve massively in the game. I hope he does anyway. Oof, we got Gengar. He's currently got a pulled back muscle. How does that make sense? Great physical attributes, great mentals, great physical. He's actually a really good Pokemon. And of course, I said I'm going to try and squeeze in every evolution in any way I can. So of course we have got Umbreon. I think I made that rule to give Umbreon a home, to be completely honest with you. Midfielder and defensive midfielder. Agatha is training him to be a left back for some reason. Not up to me to decide what happens to him now. Pretty good, no greens. Determination is a little bit bad, so I'm not sure how Umbreon will fare down the line. I've just realised I've made a mistake as well. Cherrygrove City isn't the starting place, is it? It's the second place to go in Johto. New Bark Town is the home of our protagonist from Pokemon Gold and Silver. They play, of course, in a sort of green kit. It's New Bark, isn't it? They play at Elm Lab. Oh, that makes sense. See, I was pondering when I introduced Cherrygrove City where Professor Elm went. He's in the wrong place. Unfortunately, he's not really good. But I think that does make sense, because Professor Elm is a bit of a dweeb, isn't he? Bizarrely, his level of discipline is his highest stat, which I don't think fits with his character whatsoever. Now, New Bark Town is the home of all of Johto's grass Pokemon, so we have got Blossom, who is bizarrely fucking aggressive. You can't imagine such a thing. Great natural fitness as well. You got Jumpluff. I'm sorry, Jumpluff is one of the most forgettable Pokemon maybe in all of Johto, alongside Smeargle, I would say. Good determination, so these stats could go up though. Oh, we have got a legendary. Much like Mew, Celebi has a base stat of 100 all across the board, so his current ability is 100, with the potential ability to be 200. So again, Celebi could end up being one of the best in the world of any of these positions. Unfortunately, at the moment, she's awful in all of them. We got Meganium. I like Meganium. Everyone always hates on the Chikorita line. Chikorita is genuinely one of my favourite Pokemon. Unfortunately, Meganium isn't very good. Determination is high, so I'm praying. Just praying these stats will go out for her. We got Sunflora, who again, an aggressive Pokemon. It's a goddamn happy sunflower. How is it aggressive? Midfielder and attacking midfielder. Again, not great stats. We've got Outcast Island. I have no idea what I'm going with the home or away kit here. We play Outwin Meadows. I think Outcast Island might just be a place where I don't know where to put some of the Pokemon. There we go. We got Machamp up front. Pretty good overall. Great flair. No other greens here, so not particularly good. He's quite short for Machamp as well. We've got Primeape up front as well. Again, nothing to really write home about. And we've got a Clefable in midfield. Why do I keep calling it defense? In midfield and attacking midfield. I know Clefable's not a fighting Pokemon. I think I just wanted to put Clefable in somewhere. I don't know what. Clefable is one of my favourites. Great natural fitness. Pretty much wasted my time putting Clefable in because he's not very good. And of course we can't have the Pokemon Kanto universe without Pallet Town itself. As a result, their home kit is a palette, see what I did for, of red, green and blue. We can only see the blue collar, obviously meant to be the protagonist of the first games. The away kit, I don't know why it's yellow. Oh! Pokemon Yellow, of course, what an idiot I am. We play at Oak Lab. We of course led, oh no, Professor Oak! Professor Oak's really bad. What's happened, Professor? You know what? I might edit that in post. I can't have Professor Oak being a shit manager. His level of discipline is 7. If all goes wrong, we have Red, the coach. He's really bad at coaching. An incredibly bad coach. He likes to play game wrestling kind of football, which you like to see. But he is a player as well. So let's have a look at his player credentials. He's not a good player either. He is 15. Now, of course, Red is actually canonically 10 years of age. So he is just going to have to be 15 for the next 5 years. Not really a bad thing in life, is it? Not really a good striker. Determination, it's so-so. He's got years to improve, I suppose. Now, Pallet Town is home to all of the Kanto region's normal Pokemon. So, of course, we've got a Ditto here. He can play absolutely any position. Unfortunately, he's awful in all of them, with the exception of his flair. For whatever reason. We've got fast Pidgeot attacking left and right midfielder, training to be a right back for some strange reason as well. Again, not really that good. We had Red, you can't help but have Blue, his striking partner as well. Will they have a rivalry? We don't know. Or will they be best friends up front? You don't know. He's also 10 years old, but he's going to have to be perpetually 15 for the next 5 years. Not really that good either, unfortunately. And we've got Taurus, notoriously difficult to get. He's down that wing. Not really that good. He's got good flair. Currently out for 2 weeks with just a very simple virus. Up front and on the wing, pretty good attacking midfielder all around. We've got Dodrio. Not really that good. There's no greens there. You hate to see it. And in goal, we have got the brick wall, big old fat Snorlax. 6'4" and 13 stone. I feel Snorlax should be at least 10 times that, I feel. Great position and really good goalkeeper. So it is good to see that we've at least got that. And we will have to wait a little bit longer to see the Kanto Johto Junior Combination League in action. That's at the end of the month. We'll be kicking off with Cherrygrove City up against Outcast Island. But again, big experiment. Will it go well? Will the Pokemon get better? There's only one way to find out. Now, as I was doing this, I thought, hold on, I think I am missing a few Pokemon here. I can't help but notice that there's no Lapras. If there are any Pokemon here that are your favourite and you think, Dan, these are my favourite Pokemon, you're missing them out, let me know in the comments down below. But I stress to tell you, this is not our first foray into Pokemon. There's more Pokemon leagues coming, probably the next video, so catch you then.